Hey, murderers. You're listening to North
American
Adonis.
I'm Dose.
I'm Buck.
And I'm Jel. And you're watching
the DOD45 fuckers.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? Stop what you're doing and listen.
DOD45.
It's raw. It's fucking raw.
How much you charge for this dish?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Ask you what your interests are.
Do you like it? Who you gonna be talking to?
First things first, the first what's the best?
Talk, questions, conversations, laughter.
Hello, Adrian. Hello, fellow humans.
People of Earth, how are you?
Hello. Oh, hello, Adrian.
Hi.
Yo, Adrian, we did it.
Hello, Adrian.
Heyo.
Heyo. Still messing with my mic. Welcome, everyone, to the DOD45 Show. I'm Ty, here with my co-host, Adrian, and you're watching The Dish. Our DOD45 Show bonus content from last episode with North American
Do you
Adonis.
think all of America still has a sink full of dirty dishes? Speaking of the dish.
I imagine they do. People normally wash their dishes as they're celebrating Thanksgiving?
One plate at a time, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I've been up for a long time.
Adrian been slaving away at the cooking of the Thanksgiving.
I got up at 3 this morning.
And you're going to get up at 3 tomorrow morning.
No, I'm not. I got up to pee and then I couldn't stop thinking of what ingredients would work best with what. So I said, just lay here, go back to sleep. And so finally at 5, I was just like, all right then.
Well, for the audience, we're recording this dish intro and outro immediately following the premiere of the episode that aired Wednesday night with North American Adonis, Buck65, Jel, and Doseone, and Sage Francis, and Mr. Dibbs. And it was a lot of fun. There were a lot of people in the group chat at one point, and I screenshotted it.
Oh, no.
There was 95 people.
That's
in the
scares me. I was seeing the chat going, and it gave me the worst anxiety. I gotta get away from here.
I love it. And what I really loved about it, and this, it'd be great if people watched every episode, but that's fine. I understand that this is 3 legends that we've had on. So a lot of people turned up for it and watched it and got into the live chat, and I'm super grateful for that. And it made me feel good again because these episodes do take a lot of work. They take a lot of my time to create, and really it's just kind of like a passion project. But the last few weeks have just kind of been a lot because we have a lot going on, and I was really sort of like running out of steam because I was like, what the fuck? Because one night there was nobody in.
Oh yeah, well, and that's also because you're doing 2 a week now.
Yeah. Well, and like one of the episodes, I guess, like the Halloween episode, it must have got flagged or something, but it hasn't got as many views on YouTube. I'm also trying to figure out where's most people want to watch it. Do you people want to watch it on YouTube or on Spotify?
And a lot of them might be watching it on Spotify.
Well, so most of the numbers I get back, like our higher numbers, are on Spotify.
Yeah, they're probably watching it at work on their phone with a head.
Yeah, I don't know.
On.
I don't have the answers to it, but
That's my guess.
It makes me feel good. But I get less interaction on Spotify, so I can only see the numbers of viewers or listeners on Spotify, but I don't get any interaction. Which reminds me, you can comment now. There are you can do comments on Spotify. So if you do watch this or listen to it on Spotify, speaking to you directly, please leave comments there so that I know. Anyway, I guess what my point was.
Only nice comments, please.
No, it's Adrian has a.
No, I'm saying for you, if you're running out of steam, if you get a bunch of hate mail.
No, I'm not running. I'm not running out of steam. I just it's just been a lot because we've got a lot going on right now. But just like some of the comments in the live chat of the North American Adonis episode on Wednesday, just felt good. A lot of people stopping in and saying, like it felt great to be watching, because this is what it is for me. Like if I wasn't making the show, if I was just watching it, I'd get a real joy out of listening to like-minded individuals talk about shit that I'm passionate about. And I forget that part when we're doing this episode, because this is what I'm passionate about. This is why I started this whole show. So anyway, it was cool. Like after it was over, I got a message from our affiliate, Growhaven.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he messaged and said, what you guys are doing for the culture is truly amazing. I thought that was cool.
That's nice.
And
I hear culture and I think of bacteria.
what the fuck?
Like, a petri dish, a culture.
No, I've never even called it that. Never even, I don't know what you're talking
Yogurt. Like yogurt.
about. I still don't know what that's culture. I don't know what that is.
But yes, the hip hop culture.
Yeah, it's just and you can tell when people are watching and we're all talking about shows like I want to say Janine won.
Or as you said, John 9
won. I'm just saying she because then I think of Janine as a her, but she, was talking about a lot of shows that she whatever, I don't know. But that they were going to, like, used to go see all the shows. And then hearing people say they saw Buck 65.
I know.
I've not been fortunate enough to see Buck 65 live, but I have some things I'm working on that I want to try to make happen.
You're going to get him back out on tour?
Not on tour. I would never want anyone to go on tour.
I'm just joking.
Well, you know what? I'll just, I won't get into that. All right. So here we are in this bonus material. We ask our guests to reveal answers to some of their first, worst, and thirsts. And so this is with North American Adonis. Real quickly, let me just thank Buddy Peace for the Dish theme music. Thanks, Mr. Dibbs, for the DOD45 music. Shout out to some affiliates: Strange Famous Records, Underground Sound Magazine, Growhaven. Gosh, I say that every time.
Maybe he'll change his name.
Yeah. And thanks for everybody for messaging us and congratulating us on our 100 episodes. That's a lot of episodes. Mm-hmm. If you haven't got tickets for it, imagine the Fun tour with Atmosphere, Mr. Dibbs, and Sage Francis. Their tour starts here in a couple of weeks in January. Get tickets to that. Though I know the shows are selling out, and I have heard the first 6 minutes of Mr. Dibbs's 30-minute set, and it's gonna blow your head up. And you'll have to see that's something you're going to want to see live. So I can tell you, if you haven't got tickets yet and they're coming anywhere near you, fly to it, drive to it, whatever. You do not want to miss that show, because that's, I believe, Atmospheres who put Sage on his first tour ever.
That
way back
photo that's floating around with the three of them from years ago was really cute.
Yeah, I mean, and so heads will know. This is kind of like a throwback to the first. Anyway, yeah. So get tickets to that. Also, Mr. Dibbs and Brett Fullerton have a tape out called Split Tape.
Oh.
There's a song on there called. Well, Dibbs called it on. It's called DOD45 Mayhem, is what the track's called. But our voices are scratched, and that's a huge honor to me. Fucking. Having my voice scratched
at least
by Mr. Dibbs.
Yep.
No, it's now on the digital, so he's uploaded it to DistroKid, so it's now available, and you can use it when you're posting videos and stuff. So if you're ever posting anything about the DOD45 show, you can now use music. That song called DOD45 Mayhem from
funny.
Mr. Dibbs split tape.
Oh, cool.
That's a really cool 45-minute side is Mr. Dibbs. The other 45 minutes is Brett Fullerton. Again, that's a huge honor to me to be scratched by Mr. Dibbs. Anyway, all right. Oh, real quick, Jello from. I was going to bring out this thing. We talked about Jello in the episode on Wednesday.
I did hear. I did have to go get Soul halfway through our episode or that episode, but I did hear it in the car talking about Jello, and Buck was in the hospital eating the Jello. Right? Is this what? Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'm talking about the chocolate pudding.
Oh, pudding.
Jello pudding. Mm-hmm. This house that we live in Utah is a house that my grandma owned. We bought it from my grandma. When I was a little kid, I grew up in this neighborhood. I used to come over to this house, and I would come over, and she had this big jar of cookies, chocolate chip cookies, and I'd get a cookie from her. And then that was when I was a little kid. Then when I became a teenager, she still had the cookie jar, but then they would have Jello puddings.
Oh, uh-huh.
So I'd come over to my grandma's house, and treat me with all these treats. But she'd give me a Jell-O pudding and cookies, and I would fucking dip the cookies in the pudding.
Oh, perfect.
And eat it was delicious.
That's what a grandma should be.
Well, then I do that, and then my grandpa, he started buying those frozen Snickers bars.
Oh.
So those would be in the freezer. So
I didn't know about those.
yeah, from my grandma, I would get I'd get the pudding with cookies, dip cookies in the pudding, and then my grandpa would slip me a Snickers bar, and I do that at least maybe 2 or 3 times a week. So yeah, Go ahead.
Go ahead. What were you
I
going
was just gonna say, no wonder why I haven't been under 200 pounds since high school.
I was just going to say, for whatever reason, during kindergarten, I had to live with my grandma. And I would refuse to go to school if I wasn't given a Twinkie for breakfast and promised a Happy Meal for lunch.
See, we don't do that shit for kids these days.
And I can tell you, I remember about 4 days of school that year. I think that's probably what set me behind
The Twinkie?
the her not having them.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't go to school.
Yeah.
How do you get a kindergartner to not go to school? I don't know.
Well, I don't know. But
I was probably taller than her by the time I was in kindergarten. And I'm short, so that's saying something.
A couple other quick things before we go into the dish. Staple Mouth also messaged me tonight.
Oh, yeah, he was in the chat. That was cool.
Yeah, he was in the chat. He recently, there was a video, he posted a video. He recently performed on stage with the Meter Maids.
Oh, yeah.
They have something coming up. I don't know if it's with Mopes, Meter Maids. I don't know if that's hush hush stuff. But I'm really looking forward to that.
Hearing whispers.
Well, and he also said thanks to you. What did he say? He texted me. It was sweet. It was pretty dope. He said, I had just messaged that I loved seeing the clip with him on stage with the Meter Maids, and he said, that was a great night. You can take credit for making that happen. Well, that was cool.
I wonder why.
Well, because I think after our episode with Staple Mouth, then either Mopes or Meter Maids, that's when they hooked up or something. I think something like that.
Oh, because they went out to Denver again.
Yeah, and I won't take credit for that, but
No.
but it was still a good.
That's nice.
Yeah, it was a kind thought.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
What?
Chee-hoo!
That wasn't how. That's more like how I would do
I know.
it.
Do you want to hear the real version? No.
Yeah, just not in the mic.
Okay, this is how we do it in Samo.
Not like good. You're gonna hear sirens. The neighbors are gonna call the cops. There's someone being murdered back there.
Also, I posted on my personal page a couple of days ago. I was in my Run the Jewels pajamas, and I was just messaging, or I was just posting how we were decorating for Christmas, or you were decorating for Christmas, and I was wearing my PJs. And then I also mentioned our 100th episode coming up. Well, somebody on the post thought that I was saying our mystery guest was going to be Run the Jewels because I was in the clothes, and I apologize for that. That would be awesome, though. I would love to get Run the Jewels. I've already asked Dibs several times to ask LP if he would do it at least, but whatever.
They're pretty big.
They are pretty big, but so is everybody else.
That's true. That's true.
And then our Christmas episode, that's going to air on December 18th, and then also on Christmas Day, I came up with an idea for like a listening episode that will just air on Christmas Day, but not like an episode where we're talking, but we'll be playing some Christmas music, so you can just kind of have it playing. And then...
so we don't talk at all?
We will, like radio DJs, we're going to do in between. And I'm going to be drawing this Christmas-themed Santa Claus. You'll see that. So you can watch that on December 25th. Just in the background, while you're hanging around Christmas, you can have these alternative Christmas songs playing for you, brought to you by...
I'll try to pick some...
The DOD45 Show. So that's... the 25th, and then like I said, on December 18th will be our Strange Famous Christmas episode. We're recording that live down in Tucson, Arizona.
Live audience.
We'll be recording with the live audience December 11th in Tucson, Arizona at Runt from Jiving Scientists, his place called Brick Box Brewery. So if you're down in Tucson, Arizona or anywhere near there, come out on December 11th. We'll be recording a live audience episode that will air on December 18th. And that's going to be, it's a Christmas themed like game show thing.
It's going to be a whole thing. You're going to have to master your editing skills.
It's going to be a whole thing.
Quick edits.
It could all blow up and could all just go to shit and could be useless, but we're going to have fun trying. And then we have some recordings with some upcoming guests. Dylan Owen, Marley B. He's out of Tucson, 18 and counting.
I forgot about those episodes.
Yeah. So Here's the thing. The holidays, it's so busy. It's so crazy. I wanted to have those episodes come out before this 100th episode, but I couldn't make it happen because the numbers didn't add up for it to be a 100th episode. And now I think I need a break. I need a week or two break because with the Christmas coming up, getting all that together, and then we have shows coming up. So their episodes might get pushed a couple
Art
more
fairs,
weeks.
you mean?
Yes, art shows. I have art shows coming up, and then the holidays, and then this Christmas episode. So the Dylan Owen, Marley B, and 18 and Counting episodes might get pushed to January. I apologize for that. They were recorded a little earlier. They were recorded before the winter, but that's probably how it's going to have to work. And then we're supposed to be recording something with the co-defendants coming up soon.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I'll have more about that.
I saw Chesky left Instagram yesterday.
Yeah, he left Instagram, and now you can find him on his Patreon. All right, that's it. Dibs is exit. I don't have fire to show you how to exit, but go watch the episode. Let's set the table. Let's just do that. It was a long build-up. I apologize. On Wednesday, we celebrated our 100th episode with Buck65, Doseone, and Jel. And if you haven't watched that episode, maybe press pause here and go back and watch that first. Things will come up in here that were mentioned in there, so you might want to do that. All right, I'm ready to be served. I'm hungry. This is The Dish with North American Adonis.
First things first, the first what's
Talk, questions, conversations, laughter.
All right, you guys, thank you for joining us for the bonus portion of our 100th episode of Dishing Us Answers to Your First, Worst, and Thirst, a seemingly pointless but interestingly revealing segment. We're going to find out how well you guys know each other. I'm going to ask you a question, and you'll each have to guess.
Was that the newlywed game?
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. It was kind of. We were kind of thinking something on that.
Chuck Woolery over here.
I always wanted to be a game show. But yeah, I'll ask a question. You'll each have to guess how you expect your friend to answer. Everyone will write down an answer. That way as not to influence each other, and then we'll reveal. They can be actual guesses, or you can make jokes, obviously. Totally at your discretion. Everyone good? Okay. All right.
We can do this.
How y'all feeling about what we're about to embark on?
Nervous.
That trick.
Is that a Cloaks hat? I'm just
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Shout out to Cloaks.
Yeah.
And at the AWOL 1.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, let's hash this out. Time for you to dish out your first, worst, and thirst. All right, our first question starts with this. What was Dose's first paying job?
Oh, Jesus. Why am I writing this down?
so that we know that
for sure.
if it was the right answer.
Oh, okay.
That way we get your answer and we get their guesses.
I'm going to guess too.
Okay, yeah, that's fun. That's
Get in
good.
there.
Yes, please.
Should I do? Yeah, I'll do 10 second. Is that too short? Is 10 second too short?
I think it's good.
I know we don't
think you
need to do a timer. That's right. We don't. It's fine. We're all grown-ups. All right, let's see him. We'll start because I'm looking at the screen left to right. We'll start with Bach. Yeah, everyone can hold him up. Oh yeah, crack
dealer.
And
A sous chef.
What the fuck is this shit? Dishwasher, bitch.
Dishwasher.
That was in French, I think.
I thought you were probably a candy boy.
Candy boy. I'm still a candy boy.
What was your answer?
his answer was
A dishwasher.
Dishwasher. Oh,
What the fuck's a candy boy?
I don't know.
You go selling candy?
Oh, like a little league thing? Like with
I don't
chocolate?
know. Yeah, I don't really know.
I'm a candy boy. Who are you?
Okay, here we go. Let's to the next one. What was Buck's first moniker? We know this. I don't know. Do you guys know this?
Oh, I should have read that book again.
No, it wasn't. He mentioned it on our show.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Oh, maybe.
So embarrassing.
No, it's the best. I still love it. I think it's one of the best. All right, we ready?
Yeah, I'm wrong.
Me too.
I think most everybody's wrong. Richie T Dog,
Oh, shit.
DJ Chest Out.
I couldn't remember. I think
Adrian, what did you write?
Slay
What did you
Layer.
write?
Slay Layer. No.
Close. You're on the right track. It's so gross.
Oh, yeah.
Shy Ill.
Oh, wow.
Spell
Wow,
with
that's
Y's.
a good one, dude.
Shyll.
Shyll.
I love it.
Oh yeah, your little book.
Yeah.
Who was Jel's first celebrity crush?
Oh man.
Well, Adrian, you have your answer written
Yeah.
down? Let's see, what's your answer?
The Who's the Boss girl.
Alyssa Milano?
That was actually mine. I'll tell you that much.
That was yours? That was mine too, one of my first celebrity. Laura, what did you write, Dose? Oh, Jesus.
That's the old school joint right there.
How about you, Buck? Kathy Bates.
Misery.
A shot in the dark. I don't know.
Attractive. He's attractive.
What's the actual answer?
Women.
Rudy Huxtable.
Oh,
Rudy.
my gosh.
Wow.
But she
Yeah,
was
dude.
like 5.
Yeah, but he was 5'2".
Dude, he was
Adrian.
close then.
He
I
was-
was the same age.
this isn't
Rudy
who
Huxtable.
is your celebrity crush now.
I know, but she was young
Yeah,
on that show.
Yeah,
I mean, but so was I when I,
yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
that's what I'm
that's-
saying. Yeah, don't forget
No,
that.
I'm not saying that you are
But
crushing.
Rudy's fine now, man. You can still have a crush on Rudy.
Real quickly, every time I do that question on the episodes when I'm editing it together, I always like if it's Alyssa Milano is the answer, because I put up a picture with the answer. I always put it in there with Tony in the picture because it feels really weird to put the picture of her at that young age in there. But I'm trying to let people remember, like, no, this was when we were younger. This is when we thought, like,
yeah.
because it feels weird, like, when I'm putting the picture in there. All right, here we go. How old was Dose when he had his first proper kiss?
Oh Jesus. What does proper mean? Tongue?
Like
What are we
a
well,
doing?
French kiss.
Yeah, maybe like a French kiss. Yeah, not like just like a little cousin peck.
So age.
Cousin.
All right, Adrian, what did you guess?
11.
11. It's a good, solid guess. What grade are you in 11 when you're 11?
Like 5th.
Fifth?
6th.
Okay. What about you, Jeff? What do you got? 33 years old.
I kissed a Mason. 33 and 30 years old.
What about you, Buck? What you got?
Yeah, I went young as well because I remember hearing Dose tell pretty wild stories of his younger days. He seemed like he advanced quickly, so
Quickly?
I'm just guessing
The 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's
Yeah,
our
we
answer?
We were definitely kissing at 10. Where is it?
Nice,
Yeah.
check
There we
it.
go.
Yes.
Our first hit.
On the money, dude.
Is there a quick story there or no? Is it a good story?
I think I want to say it was this girl Candace, 4th grade. She wore little skirts and like sweater turtlenecks and had hairspray bangs.
Like the claw bangs or
Yeah, pretty more or less, yeah. But I was humping my pillow early, man. They were worried. I mean, whoever they is, they were like, it's too much juice. No.
First girl I ever kissed, I just by chance kind of ran into in more recent years.
Oh.
We kind of agreed to let's get some lunch. We went and we sat down and we're having conversation over the course of an hour. And eventually, it took a while to get to this, but as the conversation unfolded, she revealed that she, like, every spring, I think, goes on these vacations to these swingers resorts. She's like, you should come.
You can kiss again.
That was...
let's reenact our first kiss.
Yeah, that was a shocker, though. Like, just know, like,
That was your first kiss, Buck?
my first kiss and, memories of this person and, her family and her life at that time just is such whiplash to be like, whoa, now you're swinging.
Oh, she doesn't fit that bill. She wouldn't have back
No.
the girl you met.
No, it
you
was
knew then.
shocking.
Wow.
Shocking. Totally shocking, yeah.
Really quick, mine, very first makeout session. I was in 7th grade. The girl was in 8th grade. We were at her parents' house, and we would just kissed for, like, I say, Steve Miller's Greatest Hits was on CD, and that album went over 4 times. And then
Well,
boom,
just
it finally, like,
Hello.
the length of a kiss.
yeah.
Yeah.
Makeout session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you get mono, dude. Can't be kissing nobody for those 7 hours.
Yeah, that's how you taste your lover's intestines.
You can get their voice. If you kiss someone for too long.
That was definitely the thing, though. Long makeout sessions that never end up going anywhere.
That's why I can't listen to big old jet airliner anymore. When it comes on the radio, I'm gonna crash the car.
Yeah.
Eat an apple. What was Buck's first dirt bike? My guess is a Yamaha YZ250. Adrian, do you have a guess?
Oh, yeah.
We'll start with you.
Kmart brand.
A Kmart dirt bike.
No shade. But
No,
he was
yeah.
out there in the middle of the woods.
Yeah.
Like what else? How are you gonna ship a bike?
What about you, Jeff?
You got a
Yamaha XTC 5000?
Yep. I knew we had that one.
What about you, Dose?
Uh,
The Huffy.
Yeah.
What is the answer?
So I remember the bike that I really fetishized over when I was a kid was the Honda CR60.
CR60.
Although I did have, I don't know if it was a thing everywhere, where a little while they would have those bicycles that were made to look like a dirt bike and it had like a plastic gas tank on it and like shocks and all. I had one of those too. So
What was the first thing Jel bought on credit? Oh, I have a guess. Okay, well, if you have an answer, I guess, yeah, Adrian, you got an answer? Let's see what you got.
Mine is like a mixer interface thing.
Mixer interface thing. What's the Dose says? Floppy disk.
Yeah.
I didn't have time to write it down, but I was going to guess a turntable maybe.
Turntable.
Very close, but it's the
there it is.
SP
Really?
1200.
Okay. I almost said that.
that's the I saved up a whole summer and a year working at the gas station, and then it wasn't my credit because I didn't have credit then. I was like 15, so I gave my mom the cash and she got it on credit. But that's the first time I ever.
Yeah, that's a first usage of credit.
Did you have more than one SP through the years?
No. I only got the second one I bought from a friend Colin. Maybe 10 years ago I bought it from.
So that one that you bought on credit would have been the same one that you made the beats for Adonis originally for.
Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, I used to marvel over watching Jel play the SP. I'd never seen that before. Someone, instead of just hitting play after they put their beat together, actually playing it like an instrument. One of the most mind-blowing things I'd ever seen.
Do you guys enjoy watching those like finger drummers on? Well, I don't know if anyone's on TikTok, but
I enjoy watching Jel. I'd rather watch the guy who makes beats with a pen. But
Yeah.
it's not that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go down. I'll watch some of the stuff because I follow some kids that do the same thing. There's some dope finger drummers out there, and they got their own style. And then it is a lot of just people just learning how to get their style with it. It's just
What was Dose's first car?
Oh, Jesus.
I should have had my music.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Final Jeopardy.
Yeah, Jeopardy music. Boom, boom.
Whatever the fuck this thing is.
You don't remember what your car was? Is that what you said?
Dude, well, I got news for you guys.
Uh-oh.
Broom.
Oh,
Buck.
wow.
Buck wrote broom.
I don't remember what it is, but I've only had a car since I moved out here. It's a Subaru Ford. I never had a car my whole life. Jersey, you took the bus. We never had money.
Hey, look at that.
And
Look at
Jel
that.
writes the car he
Got
drives
it.
today.
The car he has today. He's right.
Yep.
Nailed it.
Awesome.
Yep.
What did you write, Adrian?
Corolla from the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I would have had a Honda Civic if I had money, because that was the car y'all had and played music and rolled in. And
Yeah.
I had an 86 Jetta, which I thought was super cool because Sweet Tea mentioned an 86 Jetta in the lyrics of It's My Beat. And I think it was the same car that a lot of the like first priority rappers drove because they would have them in their music videos and stuff like that. And I drove it into the ground, and my father almost killed me for this, but I abandoned it. I just left it on the side of the road. For all I know, it's still sitting there.
Yeah, could
Yeah,
be
but-
the forest around it.
Buck's
Yeah.
the fourth. I think it was the third person on our show who said they just left the car on the side of the road.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I can't remember who the other two people were, but like I was like, whoa, is that a thing? Like you just fucking leave the car on the side of the road?
sometimes you got to do it. Were you going to tow a dead car somewhere? I don't know.
After it breaks down for like the 20th time, it's like, fuck
Fuck it.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
what was the first movie Buck saw in a theater?
Oh no.
Yeah, and even when I was writing that question, I thought maybe that's hard to remember, but it doesn't really have to be the exact answer, just the one that you really remember being the first. Because I can definitely remember mine. Mine was Chinese Super Ninja at the drive-in, and I loved that movie. I still love it. All right, Adrian, we'll go with you again. You have the answer written down while these guys are...
I don't have an answer, but I'm guessing like a replay of a 1950s movie.
Let's see. What do you got, Jeff?
Bad
Bad News Bears. Oh, that's a good guess.
That's a very good guess.
Yeah, that's a good guess. That's
guess.
Walter Matthau, right? Bad News Bears. Yeah. What about you, Dose?
I don't know, man. I don't know how fucking Rats of Nim. He was a baby. He was a little man. He doesn't see adult movies.
I will say it's very possible that it was Bad News Bears because I do remember watching that when I was a kid. But the first real memory I had being in a theater was watching Lady and the Tramp. But I also saw Bambi, and I can't remember which of the two might have been first.
Does Lady and the Tramp have a similar Bambi and like where you gotta cry? Does Lady and the Tramp?
He has that spaghetti sex.
They have the spaghetti.
They have puppies.
I was moved by that.
Yeah.
No, it probably does. Like a lot of those.
I'm sure they killed the mother or something.
Yeah, someone died.
Disney's they were in a boardroom and they're like, our main hook is trauma.
Yeah. Yep.
I'll say really quick, just because it's a decent story. I was playing a show at the Troubadour in LA many years ago, and I used to have this habit that looking back was really more detrimental than fun or good, but I used to just finish the show and then just jump off the stage and mix it up with the people and take photos and say hello, and I would be in the club until 3 o'clock every night or something like that. And on this particular night, slowly but surely, the place clears out after everyone has come to say their hello, and there's one last guy standing, introduces himself as Ed, and says that he works for Disney Animation Studios, and are you still going to be in LA tomorrow, or do you want to come have a tour of the studio? And I'm like, yes, I have the day off, I have no plans, and I would love to do that. And it was very cool experience. And
That's
then
awesome.
A few years later, he got a new job for Pixar and moved up to, isn't that up around Oakland or something like that?
Bay, yeah, it's in the Bay for sure.
So I got a tour of the Pixar studios as well. And the thing that that stands out in my memory is that there was one room he led me into, and a giant fridge and shelves. The shelves were completely just stocked with like hundreds of boxes of cereal, every kind of cereal you could imagine. And the whole fridge was milk. It was just a whole cereal room.
To eat? Like you could, it wasn't like on display.
It was for the employees.
Oh God, that's like heaven to me.
Me too. Me too. That was so dope.
I haven't been in there, but it's a campus, so like people sit there and
This is totally not anything to do with anything, but I used to have to ride the bus to get downtown to get to my mom's work after school, and I'd wait in their lunchroom until she was off work. This law firm was mostly Mormon people, and they had a milk dispensing machine. And on one side it was milk, and the other side was chocolate milk. So we would just sit in there drinking loads of chocolate milk.
Oh, I never heard that. I want a fucking chocolate milk dispenser in our house.
That's pretty good.
It was cold though, right? It was cold milk.
I mean, it was fine. I don't know.
I think if like you drink a full glass of milk in public, you're
something.
You're weird. You're weird. I think. You should, in this day and age. Back in the day, people were always handing you a glass of milk. Like, here, you want a drink? You'd have this stuff in.
We're going on a bit of a tangent here, but I remember playing a show at the 100 Club in London years ago, kind of a super famous punk club. And I had mentioned while I was on stage that the next day was my birthday. And so after the show, this group of friends came up and they said, do you have any plans? I was living in London at the time. They said, do you have any plans for your birthday? And I said, no. And they said, well, we'd like to, get together with you and we'll have a little birthday thing for you. And so the next day, the way the plan came together, I met with this Swedish girl who was one of the people in this friend group, and she worked as a model. So this is a really beautiful Swedish woman. And I met her at her house in Bethnal Green, and before we went off to these other people's place to have a little party or whatever, we go into the kitchen and she pours herself a glass of milk like that big
God.
and just downed it, like chugged it really hard. It's like, would you like a glass of milk? And it just was like the most mind-blowing, weird thing I've ever...
It's white girl spinach. It's basically white girl spinach. They slam the milk and they can go harder.
You know what's the grossest thing is French kissing after you've drank a whole glass of milk.
But I think what I learned after is that in Sweden, like it's not... Among the Swedes, it's not quite as weird as it is for us.
Because
they love their milk.
They've got it came right from their cow out in the backyard.
Probably.
Yeah. A good.
But just seeing this like beautiful woman pour the hugest, like it was half the carton.
Chugging it too.
And then she's just like this.
Okay, now we can go.
Yeah.
I'll never forget, like indelible, just burned in my brain.
Okay, we'll go to your worsts. What will Dose say is the worst food chain, fast food chains?
Oh.
Fuck. It's hard to even know. What do I actually hate? I got it.
All right, what do you got, Adrian?
Well, I think that you enjoy it, but I don't think you like this fast food chain, Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A. Okay. What about you, Jeff?
I said this here.
Roasted nuts cart at the mall.
Oh, yeah.
My daughter works at one of those.
Yeah.
Buckrow.
Oh, yeah, Chuck
E. Cheese.
Oh, no, I hate fucking Bob Evans.
Bob Evans. Oh. Is that like a country
I think it's
kind of
breakfast?
Or is it a
It's
breakfast?
like a Shoney's. It's like the only thing worse than Denny's. It's a notch below Denny's and a notch below Shoney's.
What will Buck say is the worst insect?
Oh.
Oh, imagine them forests out there that was loaded with it.
Yeah, when you were talking about it, I was wondering if, well, maybe I shouldn't bring this up yet.
What?
When you were talking about running through the forest, I was wondering, but I don't want to influence anyone, so just right.
You're an influencer?
Yeah, that was my job.
Yeah, I was thinking, the one I hate, I'm terrified of.
But I was wondering if the ticks are worse, or were they bad then when you were running around the forest? You never had them. I never had them.
No, I feel like
it's in the 80s.
Yeah.
It's new, you said? Did you just say it's a new thing?
Well, I'm
90s or something.
Making fun of the conspiracies.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But they're just everywhere here in Missouri.
Are they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everywhere. So, Adrian, what was your?
I say leech.
Leech. Oh, that's based on something specific. Jeffrey, what'd you write?
Said the grizzly bear tick.
Grizzly bear tick.
Wow. Is that big?
And Dose.
Oh,
tapeworm.
Tapeworm, yeah.
Up your ass, Richard.
What was the answer?
I was very afraid of leeches, actually. I should have thought of that one myself because it was a lot of lakes where I grew up, but I'm still kind of wigged out by millipedes. You see one of those scurrying across your floor? Yeah. Centipede I can deal with, but the millipede, yeah.
You have the gigantic armor-plated ones that bite you here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, do you?
I found one in the garage, and I thought it was dead, and for some reason, I was holding a kettlebell, and it was not, so I just went, blow.
Oh, yeah.
And you heard the crunch, man. It was like...
Yeah, we have some in Samoa that are poisonous, and they're like this big, and they are fucking terrifying.
They're huge, they're scary, they're like animal-sized, and they come at you. Like going 4 directions.
They've been known to take little children out into the sea.
They have a face.
Yeah, that's right. They're that bad. They have a face.
But if it was dressed, I wouldn't be scared.
But clothes and
lots of shoes. And they had all these sticks. I'd be like, look at little man with all the shoes on.
Yeah, the millipede would have to
then
be
you could maybe
super
hear it,
sneakerhead.
You could maybe hear it coming.
1,000 socks.
You know.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking socks. I hate socks. What does Jel think is the worst genre of music? Okay, what do we got? What do we got answers wise? Let's start with Bach.
Crunchy music.
Crunchy music.
Crunchy.
Country. I imagine Jeff to be a very open-minded music guy, but I just cannot see him getting into
country.
Into country music.
Yeah. What did you write, Dose? Ska.
Oh man.
Are you not a ska fan? Adrian, what'd you write?
Whatever genre Kenny G is, like that kind of smoothie jazz. whatever
Smooth
that
jazz,
is.
I guess.
Elevator
right?
jazz.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the answer?
Adrian was closest. It was Christ pop or rock. Any Christian contemporary drives me fucking crazy.
There is no God, Mom.
It just reminds me of childhood, and it's just the most horribly delivered and such cheesy ass. I don't know. There's just something about the production style of Christian pop radio. It's just like,
Can you get down with some country?
Of course, yeah, older stuff. Definitely.
Yeah.
New pop country gives me the same kind of feel. Ska, I've liked a bunch of ska songs, but I'm whatever. I don't hate it. I'm not in love with it.
Christian pop rock. Well, that's a good answer.
Yeah.
I could go with that too. I
think if you were in a room and there was just ska playing, you would have to go.
Yeah, I mean, depending on what ska was. If it was Fishbone or something, I'd probably really enjoy it.
That is not ska, though. Ska, you have to have Mountain Dew in your system and white dreads. Did you know that in ska, everyone plays bass? There's a drummer and 4 bass players, all playing bass at the same time.
All white kids with dreads.
With their dreads, yeah.
What city did Dose experience his worst show ever?
Oh, jeez. Well,
City.
Jeff and I had so many bad ones. I don't know that you'll get it right.
I remember incident, but I can't remember which city it was in, which you might remember. So I'm just going to write down what the incident.
Buck, what you got?
I'm projecting a little bit. This is just based on my own kind of tour experience. It's hard for me to imagine a good show here.
Little Rock.
Really close.
Oh,
We don't have a whole lot of Little Rock listeners out there, so.
You read it. I'm sorry. It's my paper.
Hearing loss. Oh, did you experience a hearing?
Oh, that was actually LA. That was different.
Okay, that was
But yeah, I got blasted with a monitor and I lost
shit.
hearing in my left ear.
Did you get sick because you lost your equilibrium or something?
I lost. Yeah, so I went over to the we would set up in like a semicircle. So I was always leftmost by the monitor in the front, and the sound guy at the knitting factory was right by that monitor behind a little wall. And all of a sudden, there's no low end or mid range in the monitor. And so I go over while I'm performing and I tap him and I'm like, take that fucking filter off the monitor. And he just gives me this look, like I'm crazy. And then I realized that my ear blew out and my knees got weak. And my knees totally got weak. Like when you chip a tooth, have you ever had that happen? Like it's like it's super intense and it hits you and you're like, wow, I'm doing this song. And then, I have like basically lost high shelf frequency in my left ear. Party. But no, the worst one was this show in Vegas where they didn't even have a sound system or sound guy. They just had a mix board, no speakers, and it was me, you, and Dax. And
we went through the same thing in New Orleans. Remember that? We let all the kids in for free because no one showed up. We set up the whole show.
And I said I was going to kill my booking agent, and then some fan told my booking agent. And then
and that started that. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
The only time I ever had to cancel a show on the day of the show was a time I was supposed to play in Miami, and I went completely deaf. I think I was a little under the weather, and I fell asleep on a plane, and as we were landing, and my ears went.
Whoa.
Yeah, and but to the point where I literally could not hear a thing.
Oh, shit.
There's no way I can play. I felt fine, but I can't play because I can't hear.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
It was 24 hours. Next day it was fine, but it's like deaf, like I couldn't hear a thing.
One time, Jeff and I, we played like a subtle show in Colorado, and they had, when they have like coolers that look like a large Red Bull, it's like a 4-foot. So I bring that out and I'm like, all right, everybody, I need some energy. And I pick the whole thing up and act like I'm going to drink it, but I didn't look inside of it. And it was full of all this fucking, I don't know what fluid. And it just poured.
Melted ice in people's dirt.
And another time we got off stage before our encore between the very end of the set, but it was like a amazing show in like Bordeaux in a bunker. So it was like a fake leave stage. You could still see us, we're just like down the hall. And I go to take a drink really quick and I slam this, it makes me gag still. I slam this drink. It's all the French people's cigarette butts. And they all go, and I instant threw up. It was like 1, 2, 3, blah. Oh man, it was so fucked up. I literally still can gag.
Yeah.
Permanent memory.
Who's the worst MLB team for Buck?
And that would be baseball?
Yep, baseball.
Montreal Expos.
All right. Let's. Dose has got his answer written. What do we got?
He doesn't like the Brewers.
The Brewers. Yeah.
Because of their logo, it's trash.
He hates the Rangers.
The Rangers.
Oh.
I'm interested to hear because Adrian doesn't know baseball. Who did you write?
The only team I know, the Cardinals.
The Cardinals. Well, it's definitely not the Cubs.
Not the Cubs. The Brewers are a really exciting team this year, actually.
Oh, cool.
Rangers, good guess, because there was this big rivalry for years between them and Toronto, which I just sort of got caught up in because I was here and at games when there was like craziness going on. But right now, like for this year, the Angels really stink, and it's a shame because they have, you know, arguably the best player in the game, Mike Trout. He's been injured all year, but it's just to think that like this generational talent has just been, you know, mired on this shitty team that has never just seems to have no chance of winning, and they just seem to make these inept moves every winter where it's like, okay, we're going to make the team better this year, and just like none of their moves ever seem to work out. It's like they don't know what they're doing.
Your hatred for the team is the hatred for the front office.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
What is Jel's worst bad habit?
Ooh.
Don't dishonor yourself. That's a thinker.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
All right, there we go. Let's go. Dose has got his answer.
Mud wrestling.
You gotta stop that.
That is such a horrible habit.
Really bad for you. Look at all that hair. It's horrible for his hair.
I'm trying to think. I feel like I'm a little bit stumped on this one. I mean, I know. If I don't overthink it, I think maybe both y'all still smoke. Adam, you smoke, right? Jel,
Yeah.
Jel rolls his own.
Yeah, right.
I've watched it. I've watched him videoing. Yeah.
I'm on camera doing that. So yeah, but that's actually the truest one. But I do smoke while I mud wrestle. But,
well, I mean, how could you not?
Like John Candy, you know,
Take the edge off.
And you gotta go with a cigarette when you're mud wrestling. But no, my real worst habit that I think besides smoking is just going around like food courts and finishing people's leftover shit, like at the airport. Like I'm not paying the airport prices, so you know people in a hurry, they eat half a sandwich. So I can go to take half.
Hey, you want to go halves on that? Hey, what's your sandwich, Evan? Hey, you want to go halves?
I don't think there's any rules for going back into the trash at airports either.
There are no rules.
Yeah.
Finders keepers.
Because you've already gone through security checks, so.
That's right. Game on.
Where will Dose say is the worst place to eat a bag of shrooms? Adrian, have you written an answer?
Well, the one that came to mind, I don't know why, was just the bank.
At the bank?
Oh,
yeah.
that's pretty bad.
But I don't know why.
What about you, Jel?
I said reggae festival.
Oh, wow.
A ska festival.
More bass.
What about you, Buck? What you got?
I was stumped again, but I feel what flashed into my head was Australia, just because when you're there, everything is upside down and backwards to begin with. Like if things go wrong, it could like really go wrong. There's so many dangerous animals there.
Yeah.
Everyone's very intolerant.
Intolerant. Even what do they call the mullet people again? Bangos or?
Wait, what do you mean they're intolerant?
Candy boy.
Candy boy.
The Candy Boys.
The Candy Boys.
I don't want to paint, with too, broad a brush or whatever here, but I have been shocked through the years at just how racist Australia is. I mean, first of all, just the situation there with like the Aboriginal population there is still really pretty shocking.
Wow.
But I find generally just like there's this weird and very just like casual sleeves rolled up, top down racism that and like, and everyone just thinks it's like funnier,
Yeah, it's like Florida.
Huh?
Yeah, casual.
North Florida.
Yeah, North Florida. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, I love Australia. I used to love going there, but it's a weird place to begin with, So
yeah, thorts. So don't freak out when you hear this.
Well, but
No, I'm joking.
There are those regional areas where people are just kinder, and then more rude, and then just
more racist.
More racist, I guess.
Yeah, I don't want to hallucinate around racism.
No, that's awful.
Yeah, right.
What do we got?
Customs.
Oh shit.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah.
In the belly of the beast on drugs. That feels
right.
Yeah, that would not feel great.
We used to trip in high school, and it was fucking stupid. It was horrible. We were so into our drugs. Like, it would be that thing where you're like, if I cut one more class, they're gonna tips me over.
In high school?
Bracket, yeah. And so you would trip at school just to duck it.
So just to stay in school.
And then you just have
keep
this
you
horrible. It was horrible, man.
Were your high school years were in Philly?
Yeah, and we had cops and metal detectors and
in the school already?
Guns around. Yeah, so it was like we were in a magnet school, but we were in another neighborhood. It was called Central High, and so kind of like how neighborhoods treat subway stations like an ATM. Like, they would dip past the school. So there was a lot of threat of stuff and tripping there with cops everywhere.
Yeah.
What does Buck think our worst attribute as Americans is or are? Adrian, what did you write?
I wrote self-centeredness.
Self-centered, the center of the world, Americans. What about you, Dos?
I'm gonna say curveball.
Oh, you don't like
the curveball?
Curveballs.
Yeah. It's bad.
What about you, Jeff? Yeah, I guess we don't even need to write them down. I
said hot dogs.
Hot dogs.
Earlier we were talking about the Venmo.
Oh, Venmo ability.
Venmo ability. I've never seen that up here. That's not a thing. I meant to mention it earlier when it came up. That seems to me that it's very much,
that's
for whatever reason, an
thing.
American thing.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think it happens up here at all. Even anything like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you guys have healthcare, so.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's it.
Maybe it is.
Maybe that's it. I do remember that in the years where I lived in France is when I noticed Americans the most, because I guess it's the most foreign place that I ever lived. And anyway, they're just,
Yeah.
they really,
they're there.
They're there.
Yeah,
Americans
really.
will let you know that they're in town.
Yeah, really,
go.
The last worst question. Then we'll go to your first. This is for Jel, or this is Jel's. Who will Jel say is the worst hairband from the 80s?
Oh, I know it. Oh, I know what it is.
Okay.
I think this is.
We'll start with Buck.
So this pertains to something we were discussing earlier, and I'm not an expert on this, but wasn't Striper Christian?
They were.
Oh, they were. That's
who. That's
yep,
what I was
Striper.
thinking.
Yep, same Striper.
Hey.
Yes. We got two link ups there. That's who Adrian was thinking
That's
of.
what I was
Striper.
thinking, but I was thinking
I had a
Skid
feeling.
Row, but I can't remember.
Adrian, I had a
this.
feation that's what you were thinking of.
Who was the answer?
I didn't write it down, but it's definitely Striper.
Yeah.
That's whatever you call it. That's everyone LinkedIn. Exactly
I think
on
they
that.
call that a turkey.
I love LinkedIn. Are you on LinkedIn?
When I was home on vacation through most of the month of August, I had a chance to sort of reunite with my two best friends from high school, these two brothers, and I used to stay at their house all the time. And these are adults now, obviously, but black kids, and the younger of the two brothers was the biggest Too Short fan that I've ever known. That was so his thing, and this isn't gonna land as well as it would if you know the guy, but when we were hanging out just a few weeks ago, his brother let it slip that when he was a little kid he was really into Twisted Sister, and to know this guy it's just like it's so skull exploding to think that this guy, like everything about who and what he is, was like somehow as a little kid just really deeply into Twisted Sister.
He went from Twisted Sister to Too Short.
Yeah.
It was the marketing, man. They hit like when MTV started, they hit me so hard with everything. I liked it all. You know?
Yeah, that's probably
Billy
all it is.
Vanilli, Guns N' Roses. And
Right.
then there was a year I remember where I liked all that garbage and like Tiffany shit.
Yeah, right.
And then I settled on rap.
Right.
We just heard that MTV just wiped all of their past.
I heard that too.
Yeah, everything's
gone.
Everything. They cleared all of their drives of
Archives.
Archives
Just
gone.
Yeah.
So all MTV raps, everything's
They
just
could have
gone.
just had a different channel. They could have had a channel that just played all of that.
But not
stuff.
even just the channel. Like it's on the their drive. Like just
Yeah.
completely cleared them. So
They did that purposely?
all that history's gone.
Yeah, so stupid.
Yeah.
Was it an accident or was it?
Nope, on purpose.
But
They
what-
didn't want to store it. They didn't want to keep paying to store. Like it's all just fucking gone. It's crazy.
Maybe Mr. Dibbs just recorded it.
Yeah,
all.
maybe Dibs has them all on DAT tapes.
Is it like Pregnant Daughter? What is that fucking show they do? Like, what are they?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
right.
They're making room for my pregnant 12-year-old.
That can't be the name of it. I apologize.
A lot of two.
Yeah, they ruined TV though.
That's true.
With that.
Pregnant Daughter drinking milk.
My 16-year-old
man.
daughter is addicted to milk. All right, here we go. Let's go to your favorites, and then we can bounce. Okay. What's Dose's favorite TV sitcom from the 80s or 90s?
Oh, well, that's easy.
Did we ask that of you in your first episode?
No, we weren't doing this then.
We weren't doing this.
I'll just go real quick. I'll say Three's Company.
Good guess. I do like Three's Company.
I said Corky.
Corky.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Is that what the show was called? Corky? I couldn't remember.
Probably.
Porkies.
Porkies.
Corky's too.
What about you, Jeff?
Corky Feldman.
Days of Our Lives.
Oh, still a regular.
That's my favorite.
What's the answer?
Fucking Twin Peaks, bitch.
Twin Peaks.
man.
Yep.
Yeah,
At the top.
I should have thought of that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you're wearing a ring of it.
There's really no competition. It's like
None.
my favorite part.
I was in the grocery store the other day picking up something, and there was a couple right next to me, like looking for something on the same shelf. And the guy asked the girl, "Hey, do you remember when Laura Palmer, blah blah blah?" And like my ears perked up, like I so wanted to jump in and like contribute to this conversation. And I was like, "Control yourself, man. Just walk away. Walk away."
Oh, I have to do that all the time.
That's it.
What's Buck's favorite thing about Americans?
Oh, jeez. Oh, that's easy.
Dos, you have the answer already. What's your
Baseball! He likes the baseball! Yes, rap would be a close second, but I don't know.
Yeah, I thought that maybe his favorite thing was that people here lend him their issues of The Onion to sleep on.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
I think it's rap songs about baseball.
Oh, shit!
Oh man.
Like some ultramatic shit or
Yeah.
The game of baseball.
All of that is good and it's sort of obvious, like things that I love and have devoted my life to. But I saw a discussion about this recently about how Americans and Canadians are different kinds of nice. And I do prefer even like the American style of niceness. And I can remember when I was a kid, this is probably the first place I ever went. No, it wasn't the first place I went in the U.S., but close to it. Went to New York City for the first time and just remember being really amazed by how like nice people were and
Wow.
how helpful and just sort of outgoingly, like just really warm and nice. Whereas it kind of comes across in a very different, more kind of superficial way or something in Canada or whatever.
You're saying the Canada one's superficial?
Yeah. I just remember reading this article just like last week and like, yeah, that's so true. That rung very true of my experience. There's just like a different... It's really, really hard to explain. And if you're...
Kind of the extroversion a little bit.
And it's probably related to that a little bit.
It's a fuck you, I'm nice.
Yeah.
Fuck you, nice hat.
I think it's incredible you experienced that in New York.
Yeah, no.
That is actually a miracle.
It surprised me too, but I've been married and divorced, and I was married to a woman from Boulder, Colorado. And in our years together, we talked constantly about the differences between Canadians and Americans because we both got to observe it kind of all the time. And it was just a common topic of discussion for us. And the thing we finally landed on after talking about it for years is that the key difference seemingly between Americans and Canadians is that Canada gained its independence through diplomacy and America gained its independence through warfare, through like fighting. And when you think about kind of what that means generationally afterwards, it's sort of in the bones of both people, where in Canada it's like, hey, let's talk about it. We'll work this out. And we don't have to get upset about this. Whereas in America, it's just like everything is fight, and like you see it in the smallest thing, where like you look at how huge like even high school football is in American towns, and they'll have these bitter rivalries against like the next town, the next town over, and just like they want to kill each other and stuff like that. A high school football game here in Canada, they don't even build bleachers or stands because no one goes or like gives a shit about high school football or whatever. They have football, but like there's just none of that fight. And I think after talking about it, thinking about it for years, that's kind of where we landed. That's the key difference.
Who was Jel's favorite rapper of all time?
They probably have a good idea.
The Buck's thinking. Adrian, who do you guess?
Young MC.
Young MC.
Was he even rapping? I don't remember.
Yeah, he was rapping.
Brother Jay.
Brother Jay.
Brother Jay.
I feel like I should have said Brother Jay, but I was going to say, just based on some of the conversations we had in New Mexico. Was that early this year or last year? When was that?
Last year. Last fall.
Right, last fall.
Right around now, maybe.
I'm going to say Micah.
Ooh.
Both very, very top. But Dose is a little closer from like maybe an era standpoint. Is Wise Intelligent.
You're right.
I almost said that. I almost said that.
And him and Brother Jay are like my two top from the past.
I was this close to saying Wise Intelligent.
And talk about music that still holds up. All those records still fucking nasty.
What is Dose's favorite cartoon of all time?
Favorite cartoon of all time? Oh, this is gonna offend some people.
Adrian, what did you?
What's that new one? It's not that new, but it's like a hamburger.
Oh, the hamburger fries and the...
No, maybe it's not.
Aqua Teen.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force?
Quite a bit.
No.
Okay.
It's got a mom with glasses.
Oh, Bob's Burgers.
Bob's Burgers.
Okay.
Also love that. That's a great show. I stopped watching it a couple years ago, but really good too.
What about you, Jeffrey?
This is difficult because Adam loves all kind of cartoons. I don't know. Heavy Metal the movie.
That's a good one. Buck goes Care
Bears. I guess
My Little Pony.
Technically, I guess it's not a cartoon.
Akira.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's technically a cartoon. I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, it's offensive, I think, to call that a cartoon.
Yeah, I see what you're saying there. You're right.
But I was thinking, like, am I really going to... Because it would have been, I guess, Aqua Teen. Or,
Aqua Teen. But that's...
Super
really...
Jail. I love Super Jail. But they're more like arts... Not Aqua Teen, but, I like artsier.
Yeah.
Real quick, just for the sake of... with Adrian mentioning Bob's Burgers, one of the more unusual bills I ever played on was a show I played in New York, and my opener was Eugene Merman.
Oh, my God. He's...
Yeah, he was one of the voices, right, on Bob's Burgers, and he was very, very, very funny. He was like a wild.
What he
show,
opened with music or like a
comedy.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I don't know how that happened or who put it together. It came as a surprise to me. I think I only learned that it was happening like when I showed up at the venue for the show.
Cool. Yeah,
that's kind of fun.
It was super fun. Yeah,
I would watch some comedy before my artist.
Yeah, I think that I've never even saw a show that had started with comedy, but I'd be up for that.
It worked, and it really worked too, because the crowd was like in just such a loose and good mood by the time I went on. Right.
What is Buck's favorite album of his own?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh.
Buck wrote something pretty. You wrote something I really kind of liked on the Substack about shouldn't we be making the music we want to listen to? I kind of like that.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, right. Most people I speak to say they never ever listen to their own stuff. Whenever I speak to any,
I worship it when I make it, and I listen to it for months and months, and every day and 1,000 times, and it's a different relationship to I would say it's equivalent to how much I've listened to like Enter the Stage by Black Moon. Like I've listened to that record as much as I actually listen to my songs before they are done. You know,
Yeah.
but then it is weird to have my friends over and be like, "Hey, you want to hear me?" It's not the move. It's never felt right, and I don't do it. I do it for my peers. So if Jeff or Buck were over, I'd be like, "You want to hear this?"
Yeah, I want to hear something I've been working. Yeah, that makes plenty of
That's it.
sense.
Otherwise, I don't put me on for anybody. It doesn't feel clean.
When you host parties, you have people over and the mix is just you.
Dude, I've met rappers. I've met motherfuckers that do that. You're in their house and they start
That's like
showing
when
you their
you go
music
to-
with other people around.
when you go to
yes,
When you go to someone's house and they put on their old home videos.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly, right? Yeah. This is the C-section of my daughter Chrysanthemum. Now, the beginning's a little rough, but then it's beautiful. You see her little angel face come out of the bloodbath.
You want me to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
I say punk rock b-boy.
Punk rock b-boy. What about you, Jeff?
I said his next release, whatever his next.
Whatever it's gonna
yeah.
be.
Oh!
Yeah. And what about you, Dos?
I just said man overboard. I don't know why. Sentimental.
Yeah,
What
it's,
is the answer?
I did sort of talk about this on the Substack thing recently. I'm just really, I think as I started to explain before King of Drums came out, that I got myself to a point where I feel like I'm making kind of in recent times the music that I was always meant to make. And then so in the last 2 years, there's been the 3 albums, King of Drums, Super Dope, and Punk Rock B-Boy, but I would not be able to choose between the 3 at all. And they're very similar in a lot of ways, but quite different from one another in a lot of ways as well. And I've even tried just as a exercise, like pick one, and I just can't. Maybe one day with the benefit of hindsight, I'll look back and feel a little bit differently about things. King of Drums being the first of the bunch and the first thing that I made in many years is always going to be, special from a certain point of view.
That's the one for me because of that reason.
Right.
Because I was like, no way, new fuck. So, and then everything else was like fantastic. I can't wait to memorize this, listen to it all the time. But getting that, I thought there was no hope, and then you know what I mean. So it had that extra edge.
Well, before we go to the very last
he
question.
didn't say.
Oh, he did say.
Yeah, just like between those 3, I can't decide.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But it would be those 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was
One
saying
of those,
it's
okay.
like picking your favorite child.
Yeah.
Well, before we do that, we'll just hear everyone. So, Dos, what's your favorite of yours?
I guess there's quite a few that I love. Recently listening to the second 13 in God, and that record is super important. But it's Les's Orchestra. I've done some great music, but I don't think I've really, that's a thing that happened.
That's so great.
Yeah, that one's really good.
And then what about you, Jeff?
Yeah, I mean, I was same thing with like the second 13 in God. Me and Adam talked about that the other day too, because we're getting ready to go play a show with that soon in December.
Oh, that's right.
But out of my own stuff, solo wise, I'd say my late pass album, the last one I did on Anaconda. I think that's like the most cohesive thing I've done on a solo tip. Put out officially through Anaconda, because then I've done a lot more stuff that I put out on Bandcamp and one-off stuff. But that one I'm still quite proud of.
I'll throw out there, just to contribute further to the conversation, I think largely because of some of the stuff we were talking about earlier, it's just like the era and everything that's sort of like tied up in it with like the feelings and the excitement of it. And I can't even remember exactly where this falls on the timeline of things, but it came up earlier, the Them record. I can remember hearing it probably in like the Scribble days, right? Like, did it come out kind of, what year did that come out?
We were done in 98.
Yeah.
And
so kind of
gave you a tape with most of it on it. Before that, I think.
We finished like the last 2 songs in Minneapolis, correct? Remember we did It's Them and something else.
And I just have this memory, and it was in Cincinnati, I'm almost sure, probably hanging out with you guys and listening in a car to Revenge of the Fern and having my mind completely blown by that song in particular, which will always hold like a special place, not just because the song is dope and it stands on its own as a very, very dope thing, but just again, the era and all the vibes and everything that are wrapped up in it. For me, that one's always going to be huge.
That's awesome.
That one was most fun for me to play. We always did that one like straight freestyle. I just had all the sounds chopped up, and we just killed that song.
Yeah, we were really fun live. Our last incarnation, Jeff and I were like living hip hop in a new way. It reminded me of a turntable rapper, but whatever the fuck we were doing, going off click and just like stuff. And for me, Rich, I know you know this, but it's Vertex, man. That record affected how I create, as well as being something I memorized, listened to a million times. You know, it was like the one, almost like in a production way before I even was listening to that, but how you made one animal that was like this experience in your world. It just really wasn't a lot of rap that was like that. Maybe like Master Ace Slaughterhouse and 3 other albums, but there was like hearing that, it was fucking life-changing, man.
And all the sample selections and all, I mean, we're fucking awesome. Like where the fuck do you find that shit? All the drums were banging. Like that's definitely a nostalgic album for me too. We just bumped it so much when we got
you doing everything yourself was huge. I remember just being like, what the fuck is that? Because it was so hard for me to learn one thing, you know.
All I can remember, basically, and this is what makes it a special thing for me too, is that, and it's the only time I ever did this, waking up one morning, feeling very inspired, and then just staying up on this like 3-day bender and just made it. Like I never stopped working, and I was just like half out of my mind, just like ultra inspired, and just made it in one sitting. And I never ever before or after did anything like that again. And there's something that comes across that just the madness of the whole thing was somehow captured. I was living in this shitty apartment, and it captured something, I think, because there was such a bonkers energy behind making it. So it'll always be a special one for me too.
Yes.
Turn the ringer off. Thank God for David Lynch.
Yeah, right. Yep, that's right.
What's Jel's favorite cereal?
Hot Dog Charms.
I haven't eaten cereal in a few years.
Do you not? Are you not do you not like cereal?
Oh, I used to eat. Cereal was a part of my childhood up until like maybe my 30s. Like even on tour, I would eat cereal because it was available. I just haven't bought cereal for myself in maybe like 3 or 4 years.
Oh, treat yourself right.
But I do have a favorite from the past that I will probably still have a bowl of once before I die, but I'm not going to eat it like I used to.
Everyone take a guess. I have a guess. Adrian, what's your guess?
Oh, well, Dose almost said it. Lucky Charms was my original guess, but I don't think I think you need it sweeter. I like those cocoa balls.
Cocoa Puffs?
Oh, Cocoa Puffs.
I'll say Cinnamon Toast Crunch just for the sake of mixing it up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Cinnamon Toast Crunch is my guess.
I like all 3, but my favorite has always been Fruity Pebbles.
Oh, I almost said that.
Fruity Pebbles.
I know
But
it. I knew you were sweet too.
It miscolors your stool. So
But you know what? Have Buck send you some because they don't have the same dye.
They don't have the same dye in the Fruity Pebbles out there.
That's right.
Yeah.
You were saying stool.
Yeah, I'll send you some stool.
Don't look at it if it's miscolored.
There you go, folks. We've been served. And I'm stuffed. Check, please. Does anything surprise any of you guys about anyone's answers? Is anyone surprised by anyone's answers?
No.
It was pretty much on brand for everyone.
I was really surprised, and I don't know if you were joking, but Jel do actually eat
people's food,
other people's leftover food.
No, that's my mom. I usually cover for her because it's kind of a touchy thing. Sorry, Cheryl. I'm joking. That's like the shit I would say on stage in between songs just to.
I could see the look on Adrian's face going like,
"Did that really happen? Did you know you and your mom robbed a gas station?" Like, yeah. And I was kind of bring my mom into it too, but you know.
I mean, I was wrong about the country music thing. Pleasantly surprised that Jel can mess with some country.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, yeah. No, me
and hates Price so much. That's his least favorite music.
Well, I think me and Did sampled Chris Christopherson once, so that's close enough to Christ and country.
It's pronounced Christopherson.
This is done, man. Means I'm down to the shot.
Okay, everybody, there you go. There you have it. That is a funny group of fellows.
Yes, I remember this. It was fun. We got into it.
It was a lot of fun. I got to figure out how to do them better where you don't have to write down the answer and hold them up to the screen. I edited that so it didn't seem so long, but because we did the same thing kind of with Remy Ruff and Mike Ladd. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was fun.
It's not that often that we get that many people.
That's
at
true.
once, so.
No, and they made it fun. That's a three group of guys that I think I would like to just hang around with and watch them make music together or something.
And what's really cool is that we were all over the North America when that was recorded, and we could just play a game. It was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't really a game, but it kind of was.
It was. It was like a Chuck Woolery.
Guess who?
Love Connection game.
Or guess what? I can't remember.
And I did say in the first part of this episode, of this Dish episode, I always wanted to be a game show host. I really did. That's something I always wanted to do. I used to host these trivia night parties at our house, and would have prizes, and I would I'd be up on the stage and
on the table.
I'd build the table, and I'd have a microphone with buzzers, and I'd have all my friends over. And I loved it. It was so much fun. I don't know. I love it.
It was always movie trivia. If it hadn't been movie trivia, I probably would have played.
But yeah. Well, that's what
I've never been a movie buff.
It's kind of what we're doing for the Christmas episode, the Strange Famous Records Christmas episode. So that's going to be December 18th.
Should you mention that you're having a sale?
Yeah. Go to ArtByTai.com to see all the sales.
It's almost over, but you still have a little bit.
Yeah, there's like Black Friday sales and
I guess today is
Cyber Monday sales and
so just FYI.
Yeah, there's all kind of sales at ArtByTai.com. Thank you so much, Buck, Dose, and Jel. I really enjoyed hanging out with you guys, and we're really happy that you got together because that's rare.
I know that's like I said, that everybody was in different places too. So to schedule it all,
and they did it
very cool.
They did it for our 100th episode, so it's really kind of them. So thank you so much.
We love you.
Yeah, we love you.
We do.
Listen, I absolutely do. I love them. I love North American Adonis album. I already go the episode that aired on Wednesday. Go watch my build up with some of the songs that they have, or just go get their music directly. All three of them, their solo stuff.
I'm sure. You don't think people know?
I do, but what if we have we have people that come on and watch the show and don't know? So yeah. Yep.
Okay, well, go support them.
Yes, please do. Let's see. Oh, I just designed an album cover for DJ Zoll. Mm-hmm. That's I think coming out December 31st. So check that out. It's a really cool album. It's called 1984 in 2024. It's so apropos. So check that out.
That book's on my next read list.
Yeah, that's a book by George Orwell, called 1984. What else?
Inspired by.
One other thing about this Christmas episode that we're recording. I think Sleep's going to be in it.
Wow.
Yeah, Sleep from Old Dominion. So that'll be fun.
He's a sweetie too.
Yeah. Also, I can't say too much about it, but there's going to be a rap battle between. I'm pretty sure it's going to be between Sage Francis and Mopes. So that Christmas episode ends with a rap battle. A rap battle you do not want to miss. Adrian and I are going to see Brother Ali and Ant on December 5th.
Right.
So if you're in Salt Lake City, Utah, and you see us at the show, stop by, say hi, say what's up to us.
And unfortunately, Blockhead's playing that same night, so if we get time, we'll run over there too.
Yeah, Blockhead's playing at Urban Lounge that same night. I don't think either one of the promoters knew that was happening. I'd love to try to get over there for that. And then,
so if you're more of a Blockhead fan,
go support Blockhead.
Go check out Blockhead.
Yeah, and then January 11th, Adrian and I will be in Bozeman for the Imagine the Fun tour with Sage Francis, Mr. Dibbs, and Slug. So if you're up in Bozeman and see us there, say hi.
Sled down and say hi.
Adrian, will you play this video real quick? Let's watch your video real quick and then we'll get out of here.
You want me to share it?
Yeah, if you could.
we're back.
Yes, and so that I think that's Beats by Jay Black. Maybe I think it. I don't know who anything about him. I only use that share that video because in our episode we were talking about finger drummers in the episode on Wednesday, and I don't even know if that's considered good. It does. The groove sounds good to me. So
Couple things.
What?
It's got an entirely clean desk, which I find suspicious.
He's playing that.
And his other desk is really nice.
Yeah, I don't
pink
know.
sweats on. No, that's really
think
cool.
people-
I don't know these button things.
That's what they're each one's programmed.
I know they're programmed. I understand that, but I don't understand how people memorize what's what.
That's-
and just like how
it's a
Buck
talent.
can turn around and like grab a record.
Oh yeah.
I was too slow to even type the fact that I would still be singing the alphabet in my head to see where the artist I was looking for name would be in that stack.
Well, these are the things like that. Well, yeah. I don't know. I'm impressed by it.
Dibs could do it too. I've seen him.
Oh, well, yeah. These people. It's all a talent. That's why we.
Yeah.
These people are talented, and I have a huge admiration for people with talents or people who discovered what their talent is and utilize it and work on it. So really cool. I just wanted to show that video because we were talking about finger drumming, and I think finger drumming is cool because I think people used to clown on it maybe or something, or not people. Drummers would say like, "Oh, it ain't music" or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm just making that up. But it's
Maybe finger drumming like with your fingers.
it is finger drumming.
I mean on the table.
Yeah, but you got to know where the buttons are.
Oh, I'm not table drumming. Not table finger drumming.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, thanks everybody for watching our show. Thanks to Zach. I want to say it again. I said it in the episode. Thanks to Zach at Handsmade Records. He's responsible, I think, from what they said in the episode, for getting North American Adonis back together again, or at least floating the idea of trying it. And he's putting out cool music and cool music videos. I'm a fan of music videos. He makes all those. Yeah, he's a filmmaker.
Follow him.
Yeah,
I should find it.
What?
And follow. I haven't seen any music videos coming out, so I'm wondering if maybe I don't follow that account.
Well, he does like the Alpha music videos, the North American Adonis music video.
Okay.
It's so great. Good for him for keeping this music and keeping independent hip hop, and then also other kinds of music alive and doing vinyl pressings of it. Yeah, love it, and I hope things are going well for him over there. All right, everybody. I don't know who our next guests are going to be. Give me some time, but definitely keep your eyes open for the Christmas episodes. Thanks for watching our show. Thanks for supporting my art. Adrian, do you have any final words?
No, you just hit me with that, so I got
Sorry.
confused. Not that, but you don't know who the next guest is, so you are taking 2 weeks off after this.
Well, I don't know. I was floating that idea, waiting for someone to go, yes, you should.
I am just shocked. You won't.
Maybe not.
I
Who
guarantee
knows?
you.
I do.
won't.
I need a break to focus on work and getting this Christmas episode thing set up.
Yeah.
So
maybe
it's
we'll
a big
see you.
undertaking.
Maybe we'll see you next week. Maybe we won't.
Yeah. If we do see you next week, it'll be with Dylan Owen.
Okay.
All right. From all of us here, I'd like to wish you happy drawing, happy conversing. Thanks for spending your evening with us. Please tell your friends and family about the DOD45 show and have yourself a terrific weekend. I hope that you had great time with your family and friends on Thanksgiving. Thanks, everybody. Good night. Peace.
DOD45.
Thank you for joining in on yet another episode of the DOD45 Show. Please hit the subscribe or follow button so that you never miss an episode. You can even go one step further by leaving us a review on the YouTube stream or on Spotify, Apple Podcast, or wherever it is that you stream our show from. You can find me at ArtByTai on all the socials or at ArtByTai.com. And if you'd like to follow the DOD45 Show on social media, we're at DOD45W on Instagram, or you can go over to our website at DOD45.com where you can shoot us an email, join our mailing list, and watch all of our past episodes. Consider joining us for a live chat on the YouTube premieres of episodes every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Peace.